All right, I'm David Brown, CEO and one of the co-founders of BroadBitBatteries. BroadBitBatteries does this revolutionary batteries from sodium. That means stuff in the sea and stuff in your food that you put in your food to taste it. So today, the market for batteries is in excess of $60 billion. That is going to grow very rapidly. Today, it's used for things like car batteries and your mobile devices and all sorts of rechargeable power tools and such. But the market is growing because of things like electric cars, grid storage, and even the coming things like electric airplanes, which are coming surprisingly soon. That's going to be in excess, well in excess of $1 trillion market in the next decade and a half. But batteries today don't allow that sort of market expansion. They're expensive, they're slow to charge, they have limited capacity, which means, for instance, limited range. They're short-lived, they wear out fast. They're heavy, they're dangerous, and they're made from resources that are restricted, for instance, lithium and cobalt. Those resources do not allow this sort of market expansion that we're talking about. So BroadBit has come up with a new sodium battery technology that has unprecedented performance, cheap manufacturing, uses abundant and readily available raw materials, and is safe and non-flammable. And I have here one parameter, the so-called energy density of the batteries compared to batteries from the past. So lead-acid batteries, the 150-year-old battery technology, was replaced by, for instance, nickel metal hydride, which more than doubled the energy density. That was then replaced by lithium cobalt oxide batteries, which doubled the density again, and we're waiting for the next revolution, and that is us. So BroadBitBatteries today has twice the energy density of lithium-ion batteries, and our theoretical capacity is twice that again, which starts to match the energy density of fossil fuels like diesel. So that you, as a consumer, have the convenience that you're used to in your traditional hydrocarbon cars. What does that mean for the consumer? Well, we actually have two battery families. We have the high-power battery, which recharges in 5 minutes. That means you go, you pull up to your station, and the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee, you've recharged your car. Revolutionary in itself. We also have a high-energy battery with 3 times lower cost per unit energy, and what that means for the consumer is twice the range at the same weight, or 3 times the range as the same price of lithium-ion today. That's my pitch. I'm happy to take questions.
So on the high power battery compared to an existing lithium-ion battery, it has the same power density with the 5-minute charge, or is it a lower power density?
The high power, yeah, about the same power density, same energy density, but much higher power density.
So in theory, you could, if you took out a lithium-ion battery and replaced it with a sodium battery, you'd have the same existing range, but with a fast charge.
Yes.
And a lower cost.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the first application areas? I mean, is it EVs as usual?
Yeah, so we're focusing on small markets, niche markets first. That means drones, aircraft that we can supply in limited amounts and get into the market. Those are very high value. Then we move to electric vehicles, cars, trucks, buses, and in long range, it's grid storage.
What's your time to market?
We hope to be selling our very first products, which means battery components, for other battery technologies. We can improve other battery technologies with our components in the middle of next year to the end of next year and make our first batteries late next year or early the year after.
How's the competition?
Well, there's many people trying to improve lithium-ion. That's the main competition. So there's billions going into getting those extra few percentage out of lithium-ion. But this is a game-changing technology. It basically steps over all those improvements, and we expect to replace lithium-ion in a matter of a decade.
Maybe I missed it in the beginning, but I mean, how proven is this? I mean, you've been in the battery. I mean, we know years back, and you've been working in the battery area for quite some time. So I mean, how far are you with sort of like proving that this actually holds?
Sure, the chemistry is proven on the coin cell level. So coin cells like watch batteries. That physics of that is a little different than what we're going to do in our first products, which are cylindrical cells. So that's the next stage, is to prove it at the cylindrical cell level.
Thank you. We have to move on. Thank you.